Yo, YouTube, your boy Play is back. We got a new video today. I wanted to talk about this comment. Basically this video. It's about Lao Shu. Hey man, what's up? Uh, I was actually talking to you a while back ago on my other account, and that was Strider Chip. That was my gaming account and anime and so forth and stuff I do on there. A whole different hobby, but I kind of wanted to share with you my experiences with actually trying to learn the language or in the process of learning languages because to be honest with you, I find languages kind of very interesting to me. I like to hear people talk. I like to hear people's voices. For some reason, it kind of I think you know hearing voices and hearing different words being spoken is somewhat kind of interesting to me, and I've always been interested to know what people are saying other than what I'm saying in a different language. You know. And just recently, I had experience with being a bartender. That was the very first time I was a bartender, and I went to this party, and basically everybody at the party spoke Spanish. And I don't know. Now, I took Spanish in high school, but I don't know a lot of it. I was like, I could tell you some words in Spanish. I could tell you some colors, the numbers. I could tell you just a few. I still remember what I was learning in Spanish, but when I went to the party, I was so overwhelmed by so many people who spoke Spanish and who spoke basically the party wasn't just Spanish either. It was people who were from basically Latin descent, who people who spoke Spanish, French, Italian, it was it was a big party, man, and I was bartending for the job, and some of the people who asked me for drinks spoke Spanish and spoke to me in Spanish, which I didn't understand. I'm like, wow, man. I was kind of overwhelmed by some of it, but during a party, my friend, he came over. He was helping me sometime at the bartending job I was doing, and come helping people while I went to go get something to eat, and I was hearing him speaking the Spanish to other people. And every time I kept hearing them, the words I kept hearing sound separated, and I think that the more I listen to a foreign language, I think that the more I think I can pick up on it. It's just I didn't exactly speak the Spanish or anything like that. It's just I knew. It's like I think I knew what some people were saying at the party towards each other, based off of what I was looking at, based off of what I was seeing from them. My friend was talking to this one woman there, and she was from I think the Dominican Republic, and she was telling them, like, she was saying it in Spanish. She was saying, like, what, where do you live at now after you moved from Ecuador? And my friend was telling him that he lives in you know Tempe, Arizona, and stuff like that, man. And and then she was asking me, she said, what country are you from? She asked me, I think, first in Spanish, and then she asked me in English, because she told me that I was my friend told her, excuse me, that I was American, and she laughed. She's like, oh, and she asked me in English, what country are you from? I'm like, wow, I mean, I'm American, shit. And she said, I bet you don't even understand the word we're saying. I was like, kind of, not really, but I know you were asking him, and he was telling you where you was from. She's like, oh, and she sounded real surprised by what I said. It was because I mean, I was just hearing it. I just kept hearing it and hearing it and hearing it. The more I think, like I said, the more I keep hearing it, the more I think I kind of understand about the language or whatever it is. Same thing here. I mean, I live here in Arizona, and Chinese is pretty big here in Arizona too, man. I could tell you that. I like to eat at Chinese restaurants. I love Chinese food. Like I said, man, we had a Chinatown, Detroit. I loved it. That was what I grew up on, was Chinese food, and raised on. But at the same time, man, I was like, wow. I'm so really, to be honest with you, I'm so overwhelmed by how much foreign language I hear here in Arizona towards Louisiana. And Louisiana is a complete different story, because in Louisiana you got people in Louisiana who speak Spanish and French. And French is, I'm not gonna lie with you people, if you haven't been in Louisiana, French is pretty big there, I would say. I'm not gonna say I'm not interested in that languages, but it's just, I wasn't surrounded by so many foreign languages in Louisiana as much as I was in Arizona. Arizona, I like it here because of that fact too, and that's kind of making me want to learn. And we even got some people here in Arizona that speaks Japanese. You got people here that speaks all over the country. It's like they can't. It's like it's so amazing to me, and I always kind of wonder what they were saying, man. And but sometimes I kind of afraid not to say something. I remember just recently I was on this bus, right? Oh, I was trying to catch the bus, and this lady was from South Korea. Her name was Boomy, you know, and she spoke English, but she didn't speak it really, really well. But you know, at the same time, I didn't say nothing to her. I was talking to her a little bit, but not a lot. She couldn't really understand what I was saying. And I was kind of discouraged by, actually trying to learn a language because, I don't know, so for some reason, I think I'm kind of afraid to actually, I know for a fact I'm going to mess up on what it is I'm saying, but I'm just kind of a little shy just to associate with somebody in a different language. But then again, I always had the thought of doing it, just do it anyway. I feel like I really didn't care. And at the time being, I'm trying to learn some Japanese because at my school, we got this Japanese club meeting, and we're all trying to learn Japanese together, and we're trying to, basically have some school funding money so we can go to Japan actually, and I wouldn't mind going, to be honest with you. So, and I kind of like Japan, and I like it a lot. You don't know what I'm talking about. Excuse me. And I play the games, the Japanese games, all the fighting games, man, Tekken, all that, man. I love it, and I wouldn't mind going there just to hang out and see what it's like besides the country I am now. But and I agree with a lot with you what you have to say about if you want to learn something, you learn it now. Don't just wait until you get into a class or wait until the next chapter. I would agree with that. I'm the same way on that too. I would rather learn something quickly before just waiting beforehand to learn it. You know, I would try to study more on my Japanese, but at the same time, I don't know. I got school. I got other things I'm doing at the same time. I guess it's just me. I'm not making the time for it to actually do it. But like I said, I agree a lot what you got to say and actually learning it now. That's just like it with at school, at my school, at this college. We can all do the things that we want to do. We can be, we can proceed towards the career that we want to do. But yet in the generation I'm living in, people don't want to do that. We're lazy. I think I'm kind of lazy. And I think I'm kind of mainly an idiot and a failure. I think I'm kind of stupid. That's just me, just because of it. Based off of what other people have to say about that. And I know this may sound kind of irrelevant, but it all adds up together. To what it is and what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say is like, man, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh my goodness, that sounds ridiculous. I'm kind of nervous. Sorry, but anyway, we can do it. We can learn what it is we want to learn. We just lazy. We're lazy. But anyway, I agree with you a lot. What you have to say, as far as what learning it just now, learn it right then and there. I was been thinking about going to this Japanese market and just practicing some of my Japanese. Just go there and just speak it. I don't care if I get corrected or some people say I spoke it wrong. I really don't care about that. Really, to be honest with you, I just want to learn it right then and there. I want to learn and fast and quickly. I want people to tell me what I'm doing wrong with you in my foreign language or whatever. But anyway, this is my video response to your video. I love your channel, and well, I'm see you guys later. Peace. Oh yeah, and I'm very sorry. I'm just getting kind of confused with my words. I wish I could articulate that a little bit better. I'm sorry, people, because I know there's been comments on my videos that saying stuff about that, how I'm retarded and ignorant and stuff like that. So, I'm sorry. I'll prove in that. See you guys later. Peace.